Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to the greatest stream on the planet. And I'll be your host today and every day. I don't like when people say things like that. Like, they know, the viewers know you're the host. You don't have to say that. You know what else bugs me? When people say, I've been, at the end of the thing, and then they say their name. Like, I've been Anthony from Anthony's Customs. Have a good night. I'm always that person. I've been that since birth. Why are you saying it? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. But we're here, and we're going to do some sculpting. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I didn't do anything that I can remember. Not because I did things that were so good that I can't remember. Just nothing was memorable. But that's okay. Last week, we finished up 3 of our 4 hands. And so we're going to finish up the 4th one. This is a rough finish. And then what we're going to do for the entire night, I think, is get all of the hands to the final level of finish. Should be fun. That was a good one. So here's what I should let you know. I had tacos for dinner, so that means 2 things. 1, I'm going to be very thirsty. I've got some water. I'm probably going to have to refill it. Prepare for a brief intermission. 2, I used cheddar cheese that expired 17 months ago. However, it was frozen until about 3 months ago, so maybe it was still okay. There's a decent chance I won't die from it. But there is also a decent chance that there will be another intermission wherein I expel some of said expired cheddar cheese. We'll see. It is cheese, so it could be okay. Alright, hey, Dank Milkman, that's really enough. You can stop that now. Okay, so we are going to... can you guys see the cat? Could you guys see Fluff? That's Fluff. Well, that's the thing. Cheese doesn't really... Like, it has a best by date. And I know those dates are generally useless. However, 17 months is a long time for it to have been good. And now it's, like, been decreasingly good as it goes. So, we'll see. You never know. There's a difference between aged cheese and cheese that is left out. You guys should know that it's not the same thing. Aging cheese is not exposed to the bacteria that a regular piece of cheese, once it has been set out, is exposed to. Therefore, bacteria can grow in cheese. It makes a great medium for bacteria to grow. So you have to be careful. Smooth Anthony. What does smooth Anthony mean? What's the smooth part? I'll tell you what the smooth part of Anthony... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, it wasn't... I'm not already sick, Randall. I don't look pale. I guess I might, but that's just the lighting. I look normal. That's true. It is. It is almost the exact same age as this action figure line. Let's see if I can remember how to sculpt the hands. I was looking back at the ones we did, guys. I love them. These are going to make great action figure hands. I'm so jazzed. So jazzed. Oh, it's not smooth yet. It might be smooth on its way out. Heyo. Oh, man. The shits. The shits indeed. Here's the thing. As I was making the ramen, as I was making the tacos, I was like, I'm really hungry. You know what I'll do is I'll eat some ramen while I'm making the tacos. So I did. I had fewer tacos as a result. I only had 1. But I also had ramen with the potentially spoiled cheese. So, I don't know about you guys, but ramen always leads to, shall we say, effective, what's the word they use? Evacuation of the bowels. Ah, shits. Let's talk about shits, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Alright, that's enough of that. That's probably good for the thumbnail. But we're not worried about the E. First, we're going to sculpt out these fingers. These fingers need to be sculpted. Faux show. What resolution? I think we want to do like 108 or 180. I don't remember what it, let's just find out. Hey, that might work. Yeah, that'll work. We can sculpt on that. So I'm gonna do like I did with the gripping hand. I'm gonna sculpt the fingers individually first. Then I'm gonna mush them all together, and then resculpt the seam. Oh, what did I end up doing for that one? 152, huh? Alright, 152 it is. Bam. Fangers. I'm in a really good mood today, guys. I think this should be a fun night. Here's the thing. I don't think we're going to do video game streaming until Soul Calibur comes out. Because... what game was I playing? Oh, PUBG. I've just about had it with that game. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be playing it anymore for stream. It's just such a turd most of the time. Even when it's fun, it's still not a good game, so I'm thinking I'm not going to do that. I know some of you are very disappointed, but it also is, it's lost almost all of its popularity by now, so it's not even like beneficial for the channel really, other than I get to hang out with you guys a little bit. And if more people were tuning in, then that'd be one thing, but it's a very small number of viewers for that game in particular. So, I'm always in a good mood though when I'm streaming. This is just a particularly good mood. The beta of Soul Calibur is out already. That's true. That is true. I could play Fortnite. I should play Fortnite. You know I'd get like at least 10 more views. Because my audience is known for being that demographic. That's one of the things that's not beneficial to me about my channel. I'm okay with it because it's what I aimed for, I guess, inadvertently. I have almost no youth audience. Almost every single viewer is an adult. Which means things like Fortnite most likely don't interest them. It's all good though, man. It's all good. Alright, look at that. Look at that. We were getting there. We're almost there. We are almost there. Alright. Yep, you guys don't... You guys being younger does not mean what I said is inaccurate. I didn't say none of my audience. I said almost none of my audience. There's a difference. Hey, Blinky, I'm sorry I haven't gotten those files to you yet. I haven't had a chance to do the sizing up of the parts. So I still need to get that to you. Assuming you're still interested in doing the printy prints. I apologize for leaving you in the lurch. I know you were just sitting there waiting and waiting for me to have those ready for you. Oh, let's not do that. Hey, what's up, Marina? I think there's a cat hair somewhere around my eyelashes or eyebrows. Something's tickling my nose. All I said, the reason they're all talking about their ages, Marina, is I said on YouTube, the vast majority of my audience is adults. There's almost no kids. So now they're all talking about how they're kids. It's gonna look a little funky until I get the knuckles all done. That'll really tie the whole thing together. Don't you guys worry. I have this covered. Beginner's tips for using ZBrush? Watch the tutorials on their website. Um, 30 is not middle-aged. Not even a little bit. But thanks for trying to be edgy, though. That's always nice. It's appreciated. There's no music. Yeah, there should be music. Why is it not playing the music? That's weird. Let me see if there's a... That's really weird. Yeah, it should be playing the music. Huh. That's really weird. Why is it not playing the music? It's not playing any desktop audio. Hmm. Yeah, people haven't died in their 60s for a long time. So 30 is not middle-aged. Huh. That's really weird that there's no... Hmm. Because the music's there. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that noise when I made the Windows sound? It's barely making any noise, though. Did you guys hear it super quietly? What the heck? So everything's working except it's not getting picked up. Oh. Why is it still not making any noise? What's going on? Let me try something. If I unmute the YouTube video, it should come through. It's not picking up any desktop audio. So everything's working except it's not getting picked up. Now it's picking up the desktop audio. Okay, so it picked up my YouTube audio, but it's not picking up my music. What the heck? OBS is freaking out. That makes no sense. No, we can't not have music. Let me see what happens if I close it and reopen it. It's not grabbing it. That's so weird. So now you guys are hearing it, but I had to play it through a second option. It had to, like, so I have desktop audio, and then my audio, and it's picking up my audio just fine, but it's not getting the desktop audio. So I added desktop audio too, and now it's grabbing it. That makes no sense. That makes no s- oh, but it's really loud. There we go. Huh. Hey Connor, you're about a minute away from getting timed out. I don't understand. I'll have to figure it out later. We'll just do it like that. There's always a way to work around problems. That's not true. That's one of those silly platitudes that they tell kids these days, even though it's not true. What's on my hand? Skin. Fleshy bits. This is an artist glove. It allows my hand to slide across the screen smoothly rather than my skin catching. And also it keeps my skin from putting oil on the screen. You know, all skin creates oil. So you want to not have that on your screen. So I don't have it on my screen. Whoa. That's loud. So all I want to do is make sure all the fingers are just like overlapping a little bit, and then when I mush them all together, I can re-sculpt it nice and clean. I'm not really worried about that because the hand's poking through, so it doesn't really matter. No, the music did not stop. It's not one continuous 3-hour song. I'm really curious though why it wasn't getting picked up the first time though. I haven't changed my settings or anything. Everything is as it always has been. You guys ever get the feeling that sometimes viewers of live streams show up just to try to get their own attention? I kind of have a feeling that that happens sometimes. Sometimes you can trust them. Most times you can't trust technology. That's a good tip for a new person in ZBrush. Expect to have to struggle with it on a regular basis. But that's true of all 3D tech, so... I can count on one finger the number of times I've had a 3D sculpting stream go smoothly. No, it hasn't been that bad. There's been a couple of periods of like a week or two where ZBrush was just not cooperating and would shut down on a regular basis, but overall ZBrush has been consistently decent. Yeah, that's the interesting thing though, Tiny. Like I said, my audience is almost completely adults, but there are kids, so they do show up occasionally. Or Sponge. Sometimes Sponge shows up and then... Well, it's like having a bunch of kids on the stream, so... Sponge, did you see that new masterpiece Bumblebee? The Volkswagen? It looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm interested in it enough to get it, but it looked pretty nice. ZBrush is simply the sculpting software. It doesn't do anything for you. Toys are for kids. Well, you know, I like to take my advice from people that can't spell the word for. Or are. So, thank you for that. I feel like I know more. Alright, let's just merge it all together. That is some good old-fashioned ice water. That is the good stuff right there. Well, they're almost the same thing, aren't they? I thought they were very close. Or am I thinking of two different things? No, this is being produced to sell. This is going to be a whole line of action figures. I would not be spending years of my life working on this if it was just a for fun project. I gotta eat. Eating's one of the most important things. Well, yeah, I didn't mean that they were like the same mold. I thought they were just more similar than most. Gamer Plug. That's an interesting username. Welcome. I don't want to ask about the origin of that name. No, the user's name is Handsome. Don't worry, Mickey. I think he still likes you the best. Since I love magnets, what? I've used magnets in my work before, when it's relevant. No, it won't have magnets. This is not a custom figure. The purpose for going with Kickstarter is I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce an action figure line. That's about it. Well, I don't know for sure. I haven't done it yet. Kickstarter's far more popular, I believe. People are more familiar with it, which means that it's more likely to be successful. I haven't really looked into that specifically yet because I'm not at that stage yet, so it doesn't matter as much. But it is pretty important for it to be successful, and I think I have a better chance with Kickstarter. I'm not answering the same question from the same people every week. That's not something we're gonna do here. I know it's the same person because you worded it incorrectly last week and today in the exact same way. I think it'll be finished forever, because once it's done, it's done. So it will be finished indefinitely. Hey, Mike made it. Everybody stop talking about Mike, quick. Why would you ask the same question multiple times anyway? Thanks, Jacob, you. Once you get an answer, isn't that enough? John's only lurking today. What do you mean he's scared? No, I'm not gonna see Predator. Not after I was told what it was about and what happens in the movie. Definitely not. It sounds absolutely terrible. Tristan, you can stop announcing when you leave and come back. Alright? It's a text chat. Doesn't really make a difference. The chat's not here for you to get attention. Alright. Can we save it, please? Control. Oh, hit the wrong button. There we go. Save. There we go. Now we get to go through and reproject these details onto clean topology and finish up a little bit of the sculpt work, handle some of the details. I couldn't tell you what Red Hot Chili Peppers music sounds like, so no, I guess technically I don't. Maybe I should clean it up first. I wonder if that would be better. I wonder if we can do veins at this level. Let's see, which one did I use? I think I used standard brush, maybe? Maybe I used the standard brush. I don't really remember when I did the veins. I mean, I remember when I did them, I don't remember how I did them. I don't like that. It's gonna look weird, but once it's tiny and not super high contrast like it is right now, I think it'll look fine. Which hand do I want to... You know what, let me just bring up some reference so I can see, because my hands, both of my hands have different vein patterns on them. Let me see what the standard pattern is. Oh, my left hand is way more accurate than my right hand. Huh. That's kind of cool, though, the way they loop around every knuckle, basically. So there's one big vein on the left, one big vein on the right, and they merge. That's super weird. That is so weird. I wonder if veins do that other places. I've never seen that before. That is so weird. Huh. Alright, so it comes up between the pinky and the ring finger. On the outside of the index finger. So weird. You know how normally the veins just kind of go and then they branch out? Well, for some reason, these two veins right here, the two main ones, they connect in the middle. I mean, they keep branching, but they actually connect. I wonder why that is. That's interesting to me. Functionally speaking, I wonder what the purpose of that is. That's super interesting. Cool. Sky Shadow. I'm glad I inspired you to attempt to put me out of business. uh... You know what? I don't think that looks... It's gonna look good. It looks weird. I don't like it. Let me check something. Buddy? Okay. Maybe we just do like the two main ones. Or maybe just one main one. I think that'll be sufficient. I mean, not exactly. I need to smooth it out some. Maybe it should be a little narrower. I don't think we need more than that. That should be enough. Hey, you guys, everyone look at your hands right now. Is your vein on your thumb visible right here? The main one? Mine is. And I haven't even worked out in forever. So I'm wondering if that's a big vein for everyone else too. Because I only have the top of the hand, reference-wise. I mean, every finger has two main veins going down either side, but I'm thinking the thumb one I should make more visible. Screw it, I'm just gonna do it. Well, everybody's gotten different levels of vascularity, naturally. But if you work out, they pop out significantly more. That's the only reason I mentioned that. I mean, I know it's there, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna put it in. That's what she said? Jinx. Not Jinx, no one else said it. Some of you might have thought it, though. But I said it, so I win. I get the points. Remember when we used to have points on Twitch, and you guys could tell me what to sculpt? We're gonna get back to that eventually. I promise. Viewer request nights are not gone for good. Alright, we're gonna leave it like that. Nah, we don't need them on the fingers. Not gonna show anyway, most likely. How do you only have 1,000? Did it reset? I wonder if they reset their system, because you should have a whole lot more than 1,000. Like a lot more. Lots and lots more. I'll have to see, maybe it reset. It's not set to reset. I'll have to look into that later, Alfonso. It must have reset at some point, because you should have like 1 million by now, I'm thinking, Alfonso. Not really, but a lot. Yeah. But you can't have 0. If you've been watching, you should not have 0. You should have more. Mickey, you can't have a space between the exclamation point. It can't have reset that much because Mickey doesn't even come around that often and he's got 13,000. You earn you don't come around that much. You earn points just by being here, but also by, when I do trivia, I give out points, which I haven't done in a while. These were the good old days before I got busy trying to get this project done. You earn points by just being here, by entering trivia, by subscribing, hosting, following, any of that kind of stuff. And then you get to redeem your points and it plays an awesome, awesome song from one of my favorite, if not my very favorite video games ever. And you get to tell me what to sculpt for the next stream within reason. It's really a great situation for everybody. We just haven't done it in forever because, like I said, too busy trying to get this project done. Yeah, it was pretty good times. It's fun for me because I get to sculpt things I wouldn't otherwise sculpt, so it's like good practice. Not like it is. It's good practice. And of course, I gave people the option to just let me work on my other projects like Link and Ganondorf and that kind of stuff, if that's what they happen to want. But we did some fun things. We did some, we did a Battletoad a couple of times. We did, oh, some Pokemans. We did a Blastoise and a Charizard in new styling. That was fun. We had some good times. We shall once again, just not right now. Is it not breaking it down anymore? Go lower. Hey, what's up, Kirito? Trying to give it as many guides as possible just so that I have a better chance of it being nice and clean. I don't really need it to be that clean, honestly, but I would rather it was. Ooh, that worked out pretty nicely. That worked out really nicely. Heck yeah. I don't think it's going in half anymore though. Let's see. It's not. Why is it not? Maybe because of adapt? Turn that off. It's not cutting it in half anymore. That's super weird. Yeah, I don't suppose it matters all that much. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh my gosh, what a moron. It did do it. Moron. Alright, let me test something here. Ah, that's what you get, Mickey. Trying to be a smart ass. They're gonna be hardly even visible. Trust me, guys. Trust me. No, I want project. There we go. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. Did we project our details all the way? Oh no, our knuckles and things are janky as hell. Why did that happen? That's really weird. Let's see if I push that down, if that makes a difference. Oh, it made it worse. Why is it doing that? I don't know. I technically don't have to do this process, but it's much better to do it if you can. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. I mean, it's working, but it's making those weird artifacts, and I definitely can't have that. So I don't know what's going on. Or how to stop it from happening. It's always something. Like we said earlier. Looks pretty good. Alright, let's try it again and see if we can get it to do what we want. Here we go. I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe I'll adjust the distance. Maybe that's one of the problems. In the meantime... In the meantime, we hold the kitty. No, 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 no. I don't think he wants to be held. Hey, it worked. That's good. All right. Why can't I hold you, Zeus? Stop licking the carpet. Hey, stop that. Lick the carpet. Come on. Don't wait. Little turd. I tried to pick him back up and he went no bones. Now he's licking the carpet because he's got issues. We ended up with 2 little problem areas, but I think otherwise we're... Oh, 3 little problem areas. I'm pretty sure I can get rid of them. No, actually Zeus isn't anywhere near as bad as the 2 brothers. They both have pica. They want to eat plastic, like cling wrap or any kind of plastic bag. Packing materials, they will eat it. In fact, right before I got on, one of them jumped into the fridge real quick as I was putting something away, and they started eating, or trying to eat, the plastic wrap off of the bowl. And it just goes to show how easy it is to discipline a cat. As I'm yelling at him and reaching in there to grab the plastic wrap away from him, he starts rubbing on my hand. No concept at all of discipline. So I'm just kind of smoothing out these areas, and then I'm going to go back over with a detail brush to punch them back in a little bit. Cats are the best. It's a fact. Alright, nice and clean looking hand. We have to do the thumbnail still, we will. But foist, I want to do the detail. I wasn't being clever, Randall, but I'm glad that you appreciated it anyway. Because I could have been trying. I wasn't, though. That's just a general term. I think it's looking alright. Anyway, Tiny, as far as cats eating weird things, it's something like 30% of cats have pica, where they will eat just pretty much anything. A lot of cats do it with cloth. Luckily, Zeus licks the floor, but he doesn't actually eat anything. Go figure. But a lot of cats will, like, chew up clothes, like a dog. And, obviously they eat it. And that's not good at all. Do not walk on the keyboard. Why don't you understand that? You can step around it. Yeah. You can step I'm yelling at you and you smell my mouth. You realize that's very emasculating. People are watching right now. Good thing you're cute. What's in your hair? Good thing you're cute and squishy. Stop digging. Oh my gosh. I don't know what he hit, but I have to do this now. Oh, this is not a she. This is Zeus. Zeus is a big he. You're a big old he. I only have one she. She's over there digging into stuff. Not on the keyboard. Walk around it. There you go. There you go. Good job. Good job at not being a total mook all the time. The reason we want to go over these lines like this is because as they get printed and molded and everything, you lose a little bit of the fidelity. So you want to make sure that it's in there. Maybe even slightly too much, technically. I'm not worried so much about in there, because you won't really be able to see it. Yeah. Well, yeah, Zeus isn't that fluffy. In fact, he's the least fluffy out of all the cats. The gray, really fluffy one is the girl. And then the black one that's somewhat fluffy is not the girl. But his name is Fluffy. That'll be good. I don't think I'm gonna bother doing the ones in there. Yep, that'll work. There's our fist hand. Voila! Alright, save it. Boom. Put it in the bank. I'm gonna go get some more water. Actually, I'm gonna open up the next file. Then I'm gonna get some more water. Then we'll come back. Let's do the style pose hand. The Astrobots are not 3D printed. You can't 3D print an action figure. They're molded and casted. I actually know the guy who owns the company, so... I have heard of them. In fact, I might be using that same manufacturer for my line. So I've really heard of them. I've heard of them more than I've heard of anything else in my life. Alright, I need to get some more water because I am just parched. So have one of those real quick and then we'll do one of these. On. Okay, I'm back. Who's excited? I am. I'm curious, Tristan, why you would say that the figures are 3D printed. Good stuff. Alright. Let's do the veins first. Standard brush. Are we at the... We might be at good settings. I don't know. Let's see. That's not a good setting. That is. Alright. So we're gonna have that one. We're gonna bring this one over. We're gonna have... that one, and then we'll bring that over. Just a little thumb veinage, never hurt anybody. Is that a trick question? Because yes, it is a thumb and a fifth finger. That's how thumbs work. If you look at your hand and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I ran out of fingers. Oh, 5. It's a thumb. You know a cool trick? I'll show you a cool trick. You can do this. If you take your thumb... Now this is of course a variable, depending on the person. Alright? Because it's not everybody has the exact same finger and thumb lengths and things like that. But if you take your thumb... it generally lines up... How do I want to do this? In the same place. Am I gonna be able to test this? Not really. What if I move it down farther? Because I don't have the actual anatomy. Let's do it like this. That's pretty close. Yeah, your thumb should land between your two knuckles on your index finger. Somewhere about in between your medium knuckle and your big knuckle. Your thumb should land about there. And that's where my thumb lands right here. Obviously, that's not quite... I don't have the right joint. I should move it like this and move it in. But you get the idea. You get the idea. Lands right where it's supposed to. Almost exactly. Based on my own hand. If there was a wrist there, you wouldn't think anything of it. But there's not. They're gonna be about 6.5 inches. I don't know, I really don't see any problem with the thumb. I mean, obviously they're kind of stylized and blocky looking, but otherwise... I still don't understand your question. I mean, your new question. Oh, I forgot to do the knuckle marks on the other figure. Other hand. We'll get there. We'll do them. Okay. We got our veins in. That's good. That's good. Alright. Turn off all the fingernails and duplicate. And let's see if we can get this to work. Country Boy 21 just subscribed on YouTube. Randall, do you have really small thumbs? Because this thumb fits the hand exactly the way my thumb fits my hand. When you put it out like that, it looks longer than when it's forward. If you go like this, your thumb looks really small, but as soon as you go like that, it looks a lot bigger. It's weird how bones can move and stuff. For some people. It may end up getting 3D printed out as for like prototyping purposes, but that's not how you make a figure necessarily. I don't know. I don't know the factory end in terms of the very specifics. For all I know, they can make some kind of cheap mold without ever doing the 3D print, and then they can avoid that step. I don't know if they can. That seems unlikely, but it's possible. I don't know. I mean, I just checked the length and it lines up, so I don't know what to tell you, boss. Maybe it's just because they're stylized and in a kind of unrealistic pose. It's just because you're not seeing the wrist right here, probably. And because they're bony, so it kind of stands out. I'm not too worried. I think it's alright. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's probably this spot right here that you're noticing, and that's simply because of the pose and not having a wrist. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see if this works. Stinging Wanderer. Hi, Stinging Wanderer. Did I not project or did I project? I already projected it? It worked? Heyo, that's way better than not working. I like that. That worked almost flawlessly. Now all we have to do is punch some things in and add the thumbnails and fingernails. Remember, guys, also, these hands are going to be like itty bitty. Tiny little hands. So all the details and things that you're seeing, they need to be exaggerated so that when they're tiny, you still see them at least a little bit. Okie dokie. Okie dokie now. Let's do some of this. Oh, we should smooth out the spots like this first. There we go. Hit those guys. Give them a little polish. You've returned. Didn't know you were gone. Or ever here. In fact, have you been here before? I gotta say, the name doesn't ring any bells, and I feel like that's the kind of name I would definitely remember. Are you sure you've been here before? You're not fibbing? I like the veins on this hand. They stand out properly. They look good. Which means they look good on the other hand too. Don't let me forget to do those knuckle lines, guys. I need to get these knuckle lines in on the other hand. Totally forgot to do them. Throwing it off the whole way. Maybe the webbing's not enough, Randall. Maybe you expect more webbing in your thumb pit. Oh yeah. It looks good to me. We will just do a little bit of this. Oops. You've been watching my streams for years. That's interesting, because I haven't been streaming for years. Yeah, but that's a natural, like, I just did it with my hand. I mean, aside from being stylized, it looks normal. I'm telling you, it's because of this. There's no wrist for it to look short from. This thumb connects into the wrist, and since there's no wrist, it looks weird. Trust me. I got this. It's fine, Randall. Don't worry. I mean, okay, so technically I have streamed more than a year ago, but not like this. I streamed some video game stuff forever ago. But even still, how could you watching the stream mean that I recognize you? I don't know who's watching the stream without them commenting. So, methinks thou doth protest too much. Randall, you straight up lairded me the other night. You don't get to complain about me shooting you, ever. I did stream Halo 5 a little bit, yeah, but either way, I don't know who's watching unless you comment, so maybe you commented like once or something, but that was 2 years ago, man. I can't remember. You gotta come around more often. Become one of the gang. Don't you want to be one of the gang? Remember, these details are going to be muted, so that's why I'm kind of overdoing it a little bit. You're barely going to even be able to see the fingernail on there at all, so I'm just kind of cheating. Why is that not poofing up right there? I'll get it manually. Am I one of the gang yet? You are! You even got a nickname. Although you got your nickname on the first day. but it stuck around, so you must be doing something right. We actually have quite a few new gang members as of late. It's kind of nice. How do I sign up? You be here. You just be here. Participate and be a good person, and you become one of the gang. Easy. Super easy. Wizzer says, oh nice. Oh nice, what are you referring to, my man? There we go. So once these get toned down super small, that's probably not even going to show up. But at least it's there and you can't say I didn't do it. Let's pump up these finger grooves just a little bit. Pop, pop, pop. Just a little bit. Maybe I should make it a little bit more. I hope you enjoy that, spicy boy. You're not going to do it around here, though, so see ya. Have fun. Getting E. coli. Oh, man. I don't know what you're talking about, Wizzer. That's okay, though. Alright, that hand is... boom. Done. Here's what I'll do. I'll bump this out for you a little bit, Randall. Maybe that'll help you visualize it better. Maybe not. Here, I'll also do this a little for you. I'm probably gonna have to push all that back in, but that's okay. If it helps Randall visualize it, then I'm all for it. Alright, let's put it... what's a good pose to put it in? There, we'll leave it like that for the save image. Alright, bam, done. 2 hands done. How much time do we have left? 1 hour and 20 minutes? We can do this. Because I had to sculpt one of them when we started, so we're on... oh boy. I almost sounded like Macho Man Randy Savage right there for a second. Oh yeah. Let's go back to the fist hand and put the knuckle lines on. Whoa. I damn near spilt my drink. Alright, just some knuckle lines. Nothing crazy. A little more crazy than that, though. And your thumb has the thickest of your finger lines because it has the thickest skin. Yeah, I made it stylized. Some people have longer, like this one's short like a natural thumb. I don't have it as extended as the other one. But oftentimes you'll find them drawn, and even people in real life sometimes have them like that, where they're a little bit longer and boxier. But that's because I'm doing a stylized look. I feel like we've been over this, Randall. I don't want them to be photorealistic. I want them to look like superheroes or video game characters or something. There's a slight cartoony nature to them, is the idea. I don't really care. I don't care that much. Oh man. Alright, we're gonna save that one like that. I don't know if I saved the other hand. But there's lots of people with longer fingers. I mean, that's a completely common thing. There's like 3 different sets of fingers, types of fingers. If you studied this kind of thing, you'd know what I'm talking about. But you don't. Unless you do, but I don't think you do. So I can't really have this conversation with you. Because you're not familiar with the different types of fingers. There's nothing I can do for you. Most people probably aren't, to be fair. But I pay attention to these things because I need to have them in my head. It's not even that long. I mean, it's a little long, but it's mostly just that I don't have the knuckle as pronounced. So let me pronounce the knuckle a little bit more. I know about hands and the human body. Do you? I have a feeling you don't. I have a feeling you know about your hands and your body. But it's not common for somebody who's not an artiste to pay attention to this kind of stuff. Everybody's fingers are shorter than their palms though, Randall. That's normal. Have you started on other parts of the Cyberpunk Ninja? Yeah, they're basically done. It's basically done. Hang on. I'll bring it up in a minute, Duck. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, man. Alright, 2 done. 2 to go. But first, I need to show Mr. Duck. This is a project. I'm not going to go through everything because that would take far too long. But I'm going to show him a little bit. Alright, there's one of them. This is the one that's wearing the heavy armor. Samurai-esque armor. This is not a shortened sword. It's a long sword that's made out of energy, so when he draws it, it's It's not really there because it's a toy, but once you take it out, you put on the clear sword piece and it's got like a green sword. And then these are just like your regular ones. So that's one of them. And here's what I'll do for you. I'll turn on all the pieces at once, and that'll give you a slight idea of what they look like. And then we'll go back to work, if ZBrush doesn't explode. There you go, you can see some other pieces connected in there. Thanks, Duck. Come around more often and you'll actually get to see stuff in detail. Because right now, this isn't exactly the best example. But you get to see some of the parts at least. I don't know why it's at an angle right there. It's just too much for it to handle. I'm spinning around 50 million polygons every time I touch it. Story of my life. But yeah, you get an idea. There you go. Let's put it in frame. And back to hands. Boom. And then there's a lot more heads. I don't have all the heads in that file. So we have a bunch of human-like heads, heads with a lamp hat, all the helmeted heads, half cyborgy heads, you know, lots of things. Lots of things, man. Alright, let's go to... We'll save the Juju hand for last. We're gonna do this hand next. I'm so tired. I stayed up last night playing Pokemon. It's just fun. It's so much fun. It's not that much fun, honestly. It bored me to death, but I'm trying to do a certain thing, and I had to do it. Alright, turn off the fingernails. We don't want to see those right now. Get off. Be gone, I say. Okay, and then we need to... Can I do the veins now? I'd like to do the veins now. Standard brush, knock that bad boy down. We want one of our veins going like that. That'll work. We can bring this one over. Then this one. And then we'll go like that. Smooth them out a little bit. No, I'm not gonna go through the effort of doing that just so that people that don't come around often can see it. They should just come around more often. It is how I make a living after all. I don't want to give them an excuse to not come around more often. That's gonna be barely visible. So barely visible. But that's okay. Oh, it's beautiful. Perfect. Actually did work really nicely. Let's see if it'll project though. I don't think so. Probably not. Ugh. But maybe. All right. I don't really have to worry about what's in there too much just because it's going to be getting cut out anyway. But anything I can get kind of cleaned up I will, just in case. Just in case it matters, but it doesn't. Gonna make these veins stand out just a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hey, Bloodstock, what's up? What details are we talking about now? Because I'm exaggerating a lot. I mean, your fingernails don't necessarily look quite like this. But it's going to be so small, it's going to be imperceptible. I have to cheat a lot for the fingernails. That's kind of like what I was talking about a minute ago with Randall, how unless you're actively looking for these kind of details, these things about the human body, people just don't notice. Like the whole thing about your fingers being shorter than your palm. I bet almost nobody would assume that's the case. Or the fact that your thumb actually connects at your wrist. Oh yeah. These wrinkles are kind of interesting. They're very unique because they're fat wrinkles. Even on skinny people, they're still kind of thick and weird and stretchy and unusual. And it actually wraps, the wrinkle happens in front of the knuckle, more or less. Well, not necessarily in front, I guess. It starts all the way in front for your index finger, all the way up here, and then it goes all the way back. How long of a process is this from start to finish? I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. I've been working on it for like 16, 17 months now. I'm working on an entire line by myself. That's not a long time, because like it takes that much time for an entire studio, for like an actual toy company to do this kind of stuff. So the fact that I'm not done yet, I'm not discouraged. Like people keep complaining it's taking too long. It's really not. It's taking as long as it has to take. See you later, Duck. Nothing happened to Crazy Irishman. I think I might do this. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Much better. Three done, one to go, have almost a whole hour. Randall, did someplace really ban clapping? Oh god. This world's gonna blow up. it's gonna give up. It's be like, these people are going crazy. Can't take it anymore, and it's just gonna implode. Which place did that? Oh, it kind of is already like that. Cool. See ya, Tiny. Alright, that's fine then. I'll go. No, it will be 6.5 inches tall. Very few SH figure arts are that size. Most of them are smaller. Yeah, I don't think it messed up at all. Everything's fine over here. Didn't drop any frames or anything. I mean, I guess it could have, but it wouldn't have been on my end. It would have been either on the end, like your end, or on the platform. But I don't think anything happened. I think it's just you. I still have to come back and kind of like just smooth out some of these things, but like you see how there's like texturing? I can smooth that out a little bit more. It won't probably be visible on the final sculpt, but I'll get rid of it just in case. Yeah, those fingernails look much better now. I like that. That's gonna, if they show up just a tiny bit, ooh, it's gonna be perfect. One more to go. Maybe we'll go through and smooth them all out by the end. That's all we need to do. What a good night. Only one minor issue, and that was the music. Speaking of, is the music still working properly? Not really. Stupid thing. Let me try something real quick with the music. What if I turn that one off? Or set it to default. Still not working. Alright, let me turn it off all the way. Boom, gone. Now let me add it again. First rule of any tech thing, turn it off and turn it back on again. I might have to do that for the entire software, but we're not doing that now. Let's do this, click apply, click OK. Yeah, it's working again. Alright, hang on. I know there's 2 copies of the music right now. Just hold on. I will fix it. It worked. Turn it off, turn it back on again. Alright, let me turn that back down a little bit. There we go. And all was right in the world. Alright. Ninjutsu hand. Wow. That's how my ninjas talk, by the way. They call out their hand signs and then make noises for them. I think that's a reasonable way for a ninja to behave. I do think that Venom looks very off in a lot of ways. Its torso is very thick. Its hands are very small. And the head is a little bit large. So it throws off... A lot of things are off by just a little bit. So it makes it have this kind of derpy look to it. I forgot to do something. Which hand was I just working on? Did I do the knuckles? On the gripping hand. Did I do the knuckles? And maybe the legs are not the right proportions. I'm not sure. I can't remember about the legs offhand. No pun intended. Let me pinch that a little bit. Well, that didn't work the way I was hoping. That's okay, it won't matter on a little. Alright, let's go back. I think it's just that the ankles are so thick. I'll have to look at it again, Randall, but I think the ankles are relatively thick to the feet, and that's throwing off the look. Because I think he's got kind of small feet, which is fine if they have the right proportions, like to the other body parts around them. Small feet are okay, but you can't have bigger ankles. The ankles also have to be small if you're going to go with small feet. So that might be what you're noticing. I don't know. I'd have to look at it again. Honestly, I only ordered it so that I could review it. I don't, doesn't do anything for me. I love that version of Venom, but I think they screwed it up. But yeah, the head's definitely too small, or too big. And then the chest is kind of too big. But not the pecs themselves. He's got like really, really big rib cage, but relatively small pecs, and it gives him this kind of unshaped look. He doesn't have that V shape. He's almost just like a snowman, like an upside down snowman. It looks a little bit weird. You really need to have that cut for the lats right here, and then the serratus muscles. There should be like a distinct cut right there, and the pecs, well, I'll show you on my model. I made it look the way I think that it should look to have the right superhero proportions. We'll get to that in a minute. It could be that they're too short. However, the lower legs should be about 80% the length of the upper legs. So, I don't know. It depends how that plays out. Well, yeah, by far it's better than the other Venoms we've gotten, no doubt. But that's a really, really low bar. So, I don't know how much we want to use that. Like, oh, it looks better than these things that are utter garbage. Well, yeah, it does. You're not wrong. Kind of like two guys taking a dump and saying which one's better. Yeah, but they're still both kind of shitty. That's a good analogy. It's not great, but it's good. Hyperion Venom is the best Venom? Oh, for sure. I definitely love it when the anatomy is not even close to right. The best. I think the reason the legs look too small is because of the weird shape of the torso. Boy, I can't wait to review that and hear how wrong I am about everything. Oh, man. Oh, I just can't get a break. Next thing you know, I'll be a Marvel Legends fanboy again. What's the best Play Arts Kai figure you have seen? Anatomy-wise, paint-wise... Sparta Batman. And Halo 2 Master Chief. Those are both fantastic. Love them. Love them. I'll tell you what, though. As I'm setting up my display, I'm growing to despise Play Arts figures because of their ratcheting joints. It's almost impossible to get them to freaking stand up ever. Okay, let's duplicate this. Let's turn this off. Let's Z-remesh the poop skis out of this. Yeah, I really like those two figures. They're really, really nice. Objectively. Subjectively, I like them a lot too. But there's other ones I like subjectively. But most of them are objectively pretty bad. Wolverine's really good too, I think, for his proportions, because obviously he's not normal. He's not a normal Herman. He's a little short fellow. But I really like the Wolverine figure a lot. Who else is in that spot? I like the Darth Vader a good deal. Darth Vader, Wolverine, Master Chief. I like the DMC-4 Dante. You guys see any of that even? Look what happened. I'm so pissed off. Look at that right there. Down, over, right there. Look at that shelf. That's like 7 figures that fell over because one of their dumbass figures with stupid ratchet ankles didn't have the right balance, and after 2 or 3 days of standing there with no problems, it decides to knock over an entire shelf. I even got the Halo Reach ones. You can't see them. They're the really dark spot over there. But those ones are standing up no problem, and they have the worst joints ever. Yeah, but that's like a quarter. No, that's like a third. No, it's like a fifth of my Play Arts collection. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have enough room for any of this stuff. Alright, back to work. Stop goofing around. Let's get this done. It's so annoying when it happens after, like, a long period of time of it not happening. Then all of a sudden, oh, this figure decided it's not balanced anymore. What? It was balanced just fine. And my cabinets don't move. I accidentally bumped into them, like, hard. Like, I snapped one of the handles off because I was trying to not crush one of my cats who ran under my feet. And I whacked that cabinet hard, and not a single figure fell over. At that point, 2 days later, things started falling. One thing fell, but yeah, it's frustrating as hell when that happens. Honest Blur says, "I love you, man." Thanks. I don't know you very well, but you seem like a good judge of character. Alright, that should be good enough. I hate it when they do that. And then they break quite frequently, especially when you're talking about play arts figures. Those things are already just waiting to break on you. It's so frustrating. Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. Just my top 10 favorite figures. I have not done that. That would be a decent one to do. People are going to complain about it though, because they even complained about the top 10 figures I said I'd never sell. A completely, purely 100% subjective list. And people are complaining. I know you, Honest Blur. No I don't, unless you have a name outside of Honest Blur. I'm sorry. That's not even a saying. You made up your own saying just now to try to sound creepy. You wanna go get a beer? Are you that guy? Remember that guy? Oh man, I just want to get a beer. Just let me get a beer with you. Just want to get a beer. Come on, bro, chief. Man, dude, it's just a beer. Oh man. Yeah, not going to get a beer with anybody I don't know. 1 to 10 is just MP Dinobot. No. Finally getting those Dinobot swords molded. If the guy can mold them effectively, he's not confident because of the weird geometry on it that he'll be able to not have like weird problems. But we're gonna try it, and if I can get them molded properly, I might have a few Dinobot swords to sell. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do the chrome yet though. I'm gonna try using the marker and the clear coat that I have. See how that turns out. And if it's good, then I'm just gonna do that. Because otherwise I have to get the right kind of solvent for enamel-based paint, or lacquer-based paint. And I don't want to do that. You can't compare companies against other companies that make different types of products. NECA's one of the better companies because they actually care about what they're making and generally make really good products for the price. But you can't really compare NECA to, say, Play Arts. It's an entirely different thing. But I wouldn't say Play Arts anyway anymore. They used to make some good stuff. Some guy was complaining the other day because I said how good a figure was, even though it wasn't very good, for one of the old Play Arts figures, and now I say how they're all bad. I'm like, yeah, they're more than 3 times as much as they used to be, you Nimrod. I was a lot less concerned about the quality when they were $40 to $60. Now they're $150 to $200. That's a significant difference in price. I didn't actually call him a Nimrod in case anybody was wondering. That was for the benefit of the stories. Drama. Made it more intense. Wanted it to feel real. I did think it. I thought way worse, actually. Nimrod is not actually what I thought, but I censored my story for television. Minority Report. Good callback to a movie that predicted what's going on right now. Kinda. I have that cloud. Oh no, not Advent Children, my bad. My bad, I've got the remake cloud. Not the Advent Children cloud. Alright, let's get our knuckles detailed, then we'll get our fingernails detailed, and then I think our hands are ready to go for now until we do articulation. Oh, I have to smooth them. That's right, I have to smooth them. I forgot. I have to smooth them a little bit. The joints shouldn't have gotten loose because those are all ratchets. Right? Aren't they? I'm pretty sure they are. So unless you're using them a lot, they don't get loose over time. Generally speaking. I want to know how Alfonso somehow has no points. I wonder if maybe I removed him as a joke or something at one point, because Alfonso should have more points than all of you guys by a lot. Does that one have ratchets for all that? Because I know a lot of the play arts, like a lot of the ones I have, which I even just super glued one of them the other day. I was so pissed off about it I couldn't do anything about it. You really can't fix loose joints most of the time. I just super glued it. I said screw it, I don't plan to sell it. And even if I do, don't care. Damn thing won't stand up. I glued that shit so bad. There's so much glue in that hip joint. You can't see it, but... Who hasn't been watching? Alfonso? No, but he had a ton of points before we stopped doing it. He had a whole bunch. Didn't you have like 20,000 or something like that? I remember you had a lot. I'll look into it and see what's going on. What powerful being? Why did you just comment out of the blue saying, "Dunno"? That's weird. They really shouldn't be getting loose on their own. Maybe you have a poltergeist. It's playing with your toys at night. Alright, hands are good to go. That's more than enough detail. That's so much more detail than any other company at this scale. So, let's smooth them out a little bit. No, I don't know what you're referring to, though. What are you saying I don't know to? Because of the delay and me talking to multiple people, I rarely have any idea what people are referring to when they're not specific. Hey, at least somebody's getting the use out of them. I'm gonna have to go through and clean up a little bit more on this set of fingies. Really, Alfonso? I haven't seen that one. That's awesome. I mean, that's bad. You can't... Imagine if they had a show like that now, where they purposely got someone drunk to take advantage of something. This show would be kicked off TV forever. Is it easy to do this if you're good at sculpting? There's a lot of stuff you have to learn in order to use the software, but it's mostly sculpting that's necessary. If you don't already know how to sculpt, this isn't going to be easy to do at all. Well, if you don't have any sculpting experience, then sculpting is probably going to prove to be difficult for you. Just pretty much how it works. Alright. This hand's good to go. Until I decide to do more stuff to it. But for now, it's good to go. So you guys don't understand how excited I am to have the hands done. I was dreading working on the hands for so long. Let's just smooth them out a little bit and chill. We only have a little bit of time left. I started a little bit early, so... Good night, guys. Good night, indeed. That's not what I wanted. Alright, that was the ninjutsu hand. Let's do the style pose hand. So negative? To be realistic is not negative. It's far more helpful to tell somebody when they're not good at something so that they can either get better or redirect their energy, rather than telling somebody who's not good at something that they should keep working at it. Not necessarily. Not everybody has the ability to be good at whatever they want to be good at. It's just not how it works. I'd rather be honest and help somebody. If someone can't sing, they're not going to get good at singing, most likely. What's happening? My button's not working. Did my pen break? That button's working. This button's not working. I need that button. I don't even know what does that. Well, it's not working on anything. That's weird. Even my keyboard. That's really weird. No, I did not hear about a teacher getting fired for giving bad grades. Not surprising, though. Oh, it's working again. Weird. That's weird. It's moved over, too. What the heck? Look at that. These are over here. They should be over here. I don't know. Some kids just aren't good for tutoring. For the record, I know what you're referencing, and we're not going to make jokes about it. So, that's the end of that conversation. Hi, buddy. You gonna jump up and say hi to the nice people on the internet? I don't know if they're really nice, but they seem nice enough to me, so I'll take it. You guys could all be mass murderers for all I know. Come on. Come on. Yay, kitty. Are you talking to yourself, powerful being? Because you just keep commenting that and your comments don't line up with anything. Not on the keyboard. This one is little boy. You can tell because he's not incredibly fluffy. Fluffy is really fluffy. It's just delayed. We'll move it forward because nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. You're better off being real time than being delayed and having a conversation with apparently nobody. Click the live button. And apparently it's not delayed that much because you just responded within a very short time. You lay down, please? You're really kind of in the way like that. Thank you, kitty. Alright. That hand's done. Randall, are you talking to yourself now? What is going on with you guys tonight? Alright, 2 hands done completely. 2 to go. 16 minutes. Can we finish in 16 minutes, buddy? I think so. You guys probably can't even really tell what I'm doing, but I'm just going over and smoothing out. You see how this is kind of textured right here? I'm just smoothing that kind of stuff out a little bit. Oh, I guess I can't. That one's not going to have the definition for it. That's going to be okay. It won't print that way. I don't need to do it, but I'm doing it anyway. There's going to be all kinds of different colors. Expect lots of dark colors with very bright colors to contrast. I know that looks weird, but once it's printed, you won't be able to tell. Then I can just sculpt it to make it look less weird. That's fine. Okay, that one's good. These will be for sale. That's the whole point. I guess this one's already good. Uh, 1/12 scale, about 6.5 inches. They're going to be very tiny. That's why I'm not going crazy with little details like the areas around the fingernails and stuff. It's going to be almost invisible in the final product. Alright, let's call the hands done for now. And we'll call it a night. Now what do we have to work on still? I don't know, Venom's coming out, so maybe the next 2 days we work on Venom. How's that sound? You guys want to watch me sculpt Venom instead of this? I think we might do that. This is the Venom that I started just for fun in a half hour one day after stream. 6.5 inches. You are sitting on an action figure right now. What are you doing? such a shame that I was able to do this in a half hour. And certain companies can't get it right when they spend company resources on them. No, I don't think I'm gonna bother sculpting a Venom on stream and then making an Eddie Brock head. That's just another human head. That's boring. There we go. 'Cause we're gonna have to smooth it all out. I don't want the Venom on there yet. I do like that overall shape to him, though. That's kind of nice. Probably need to fill in the shoulders a little bit more. Oh, yeah, I don't know if we'll have time for that, Randall. Not a bad idea, but I have a lot of body to do still. Venom's a basic design. There's no need to change it. I mean, I'm not basing this on any reference images, if that's what you're talking about. This is all just from my head, so I guess it's technically my own take. I can't do licensed stuff. Oh, this is just for fun. Can't sell licensed stuff. Oh, yeah. That'd be fun. I don't know if there's enough of a market for it. But maybe I make another line of figures. If my first line of figures is successful, aside from just expanding on that, I'd like to make more stuff. So, it would be ideal if I could do stuff like that. Good overall shape to him, I think. How much are what gonna cost? The ninjas? Because that's the only product I'm working on right now. This isn't that. This is just a fun thing to sculpt. The ninjas are gonna be 40 to 60. Hopefully. I mean, that's what I'm aiming for. Somewhere in that realm. Alright, we'll do Venom tomorrow. If we don't get some views for that. Because the Venom movie's out. Or at least kind of. It's almost out. So let's work on that instead. Alright, that'll do it for tonight, guys. We will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be working on Venom, because why not? So have a good night. I'll see you next time, which is the time I just said. No gaming tonight, so I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you.